Ms. Saloni Michael Sachdeva. She is an energy analyst at IEEFA who focuses on accelerating and sustaining the clean energy transition through policies, technologies, and financial interventions. She is a German Chancellor Fellow with a master's degree in renewable energy engineering and management and an electrical engineer background. Today, Ms. Saloni's submission will highlight the substantial implementations for meeting RE goals, our renewable energy goals. So, delegates, I welcome Ms. Saloni.
Before dwelling into the state level, where I'll be bucketing my conversation into three aspects, I'll quickly give a glance at the national level. I strongly believe that the journey has been tremendous. It has been a two-step forward and one-step backward journey when we talk about larger RE NDC targets. And the reason I say that is because at one hand, we have positive developments like government announcing interstate transmission systems for evacuation grid integrating of I think 13 gigawatt of renewable energy from Ladakh, and it has a central support of approximately 8,000 crores. There also has been viability gap funding for 4 gigawatt hours of battery storage. And again, we have talked about the green hydrogen mission. So as I was mentioning that it has been two-step forward and one-step backward journey. The two-step forward has been announcement of these amazing interventions at the national level. But a step backward is when the government recently announced no retiring of coal plants till 2030. And these leads to inefficient coal plants with low plant load factors already existing into the system. And that is a step backward. We understand the reason behind that is the country faced a lot of power outages last year owing to the transportation of coal limitations and limited coal available. And this announcement has been made recently. But other initiatives and interventions should be taken instead of just not retiring coal plants, because that will eventually be the path forward to achieve the NDC targets. Talking about what is happening at the state level, I strongly believe that the efforts are needed across the value chain. And when I say value chain, I'm bucketing into first decarbonization, second, enhancing the readiness of the power ecosystem, strengthening the distribution and transmission infrastructure, and third, having innovative policies and programs at the state level. Maybe just starting with the decarbonization. As everyone knows, decarbonization refers to one, greening the supply side and also moving away from the thermal sources. If we look at the state level, a number of states have taken tremendous effort to green their power mix. Just to throw some numbers, Karnataka has been an early adopter of RE, followed by Rajasthan, which has shown tremendous progress. Karnataka has an RE share in their entire power generation mix of 48%, and this number for Rajasthan is 29%. So these numbers have shown a tremendous progress. But if we compare these numbers with the potential that the state has, for example, Karnataka has just utilized 11% of its RE potential, Rajasthan just 7%, and I think if I remember correctly, this number is 10% for Gujarat. So this highlights that these RE rich states are sitting on huge untapped RE potential, which can further be tapped in by, as we discussed, more technology, more RE and wind projects, more storage projects, more hybrid projects, wind, offshore wind, the hydrogen, 19 amount of technologies that we talked about. But how do we use this high RE rich resources and then create them as export hubs for other states? Because we have states that are not that RE rich. And for that, there are green market mechanisms like GDAM, GTAM that my fellow colleagues highlighted about. But very recently, we undertook a study to understand what is the green market participation at the state level, and it was not that promising. Karnataka, again, was the highest performance, and they have been undertaking green market participation at a very good pace, though it was just launched in October 2021, but the progress has been good. But states like Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, where you will expect the state to perform better, would not performing that good on green market participation. So that's a bottleneck at the state level, which needs to be further dealt about, and states need to be further pushed to participate in these mechanisms. Very quickly on the wind side, because Mr. Shadu will have already explained a lot on that, but I will like to highlight that for the wind sector and also for solar, but especially for wind, banking of power is very crucial. And some states have announced progressive banking policies and settlement periods, but other states have not. So going forward, states need to come up with better banking provisions and also annual settlement period, not just daily and monthly, but also annual settlement periods, because that will be a very good incentives for the developers at the state level to come up with more projects. Talking about very quickly the second bucket, which is the transmission side, the storage side, and grid integration. This has been talked about a lot earlier by the fellows, that we need to move away from vanilla projects and focus more on hybrid projects, be it wind solar hybrid or renewables coupled with energy storages, and build the STU and CTU capacities at the state level. I strongly believe that storage should be technology agnostic. We should focus on large grids of storage, pumped hydro, behind the meter, depending upon the necessity. And it will be very crucial for load management, flexibility options, grid stability, meeting the peak demand, and also meeting the diagonal fluctuations that are brought in with more RE penetration. On grid transmission side and strengthening the infrastructure, as I already said earlier, CA has come up with transmission plans, but the missing gap is resource advocacy studies at the state level. States need to have much more robust plans for next 5 to 10 years, understand what is needed in-house and what can be transported, and then they could plan for better grid integration. On the policy side, I would really like to highlight one, time of use tariffs, because that is a very great intervention and a tool that we have to better for demand side management and DSM. So that needs to be introduced more at the state level. Along with that, Mr. Shardul talked about he talked about supply chain. I will try to go a little further. There has been a global discussion around moving from energy security to material security, and under that bucket, the supply chain transparency, from where the entire critical raw materials are coming, where are they geographically placed, the diversity and availability, as he pointed out. To enhance that conversation further, it is very important that states are coming up with more circular policies at the state level. At present, we just are dealing with e-waste, and going forward, the battery waste and other clean tech waste, solar waste will be increasing tremendously at the state level and national level. One of our studies highlighted that Haryana and Gujarat are the best performing states when it comes to handling their e-waste and battery waste capacity right now. And they have recycling plants, they have registered recyclers, distributors, refurbishers, but that needs to be enhanced further at the state level, because going forward in next 10 years, the amount of clean tech waste that the states will be dealing with will increase tremendously. And in order to move to the circularity side of it, those kind of policy regulations, business models need to be developed. Also, as I highlighted before, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, and Punjab have been the few states that have come up with progressive banking policies, and they need to further enhance those policies and implement those further. On the policy side, I think one point that I wanted to mention and add was the national level schemes like Uday, National Smart Mission, Smart Metering Missions, then Kusum scheme, feeder segregation. Tracking all of that data at the state level is very crucial. I know that these have been tracked under the Uday scheme and Uday portal, but I was going through the timelines, the data is not updated. So data availability for better understanding and analyzing the progress of the electricity and energy transition at the state level is very crucial, and states need to ensure that that data is available at the state level. On the distribution infrastructure side, I think one progressive initiative at the state level that I would like to highlight is from Uttar Pradesh. And we have seen a lot of investment is also going in the state in the last few months. The state recently allocated approximately 6,500 crores for revamping its distribution sector. And the main agenda was to strengthen the distribution infrastructure, undertake a study and a survey of the existing overhead lines, and then replace them with the damaged ones. So these kind of studies to understand what is not working in the present grid infrastructure, and then removing those obstructions and replacing them and financing all of those is also crucial. In addition, at the state level, understanding the DISCOM health is very important. We have seen in the past, DISCOM is always considered the black ship of the sector, and all the inefficiencies are put onto the DISCOMs. But we have seen in the past a lot of DISCOMs are making effort to improve their efficiency. The amount of money that has been owed by the DISCOM to the RE generators and other generators, that percentage has seen a decline as per the Prakti portal if you look at the MOP and MNRE data. So those kind of incentives, if the discom is stating, they need to be highlighted and they need to be given the right credit, and also further support to enhance discom financial health. I think I will close my submission by saying that tremendous progress and impact has happened at the state level, but where the gap lies is between the magnitude of the challenge we have and the speed of action that is being taken at the state level. So if we are able to bridge the gap between the magnitude of challenge and enhance our speed of working at the state level, we will be able to achieve our RE targets in a much more efficient manner. I have few more points, but I know I was given a 5-minute time slot, so I'm trying to stick to that. And if later, I'll be happy to answer questions. Thank you.